like, I know you're not the professional and you don't administer it or whatever, but just speaking on your experience. So my issue is that, okay, so I got sober last year right before my birthday, and you know, I was doing really good and everything because I was in this program and stuff. So they keep you busy, like, you know, you're online. It was an outpatient program, and you're online, you know, 3 to 4 hours, like 3 times a day or 3 times a week. And the days that you're not online, you got to be doing other stuff, right, for the program, whether it be journaling, homework, or whatever, right? So I'm always constantly engaged in things like that. And then I finished the program, and of course I was on this thing that they call the pink cloud, where you're just happy, elated, because being sober and getting rid of all of those toxins and things like that, you really gain clarity like no other. Like, I've never had clarity like this in my life. Like, I can spot so much shit coming from far before it even penetrates me. It's like I already see it coming, so I know how to react and respond, which is great and awesome. My only thing is that, you know, you get to a point where that goes away and you're just now left in this existence, but now you don't have the comfort, whatever it was that used to numb you from all of the things that you're experiencing that may be painful or triggering. You have nothing to numb it. So at this point, I'm just like, well, dang, what can I do? Because I used to speak to my psychologist, my therapist, you know, and the counselors program, and ask them, hey, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm exercising, I'm drinking my water, I'm going to church, I'm getting back into God, I'm doing all this stuff, I'm trying to raise my kid right. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all this stuff, but I still feel this emptiness. When am I going to get to a point where I just enjoy the regular mundane shit in life? And so they always tell me, think about it. You know, from the time you were 16, when you started drinking, up until now, you've been putting all of these things in your body. It's not gonna go away just that quick. You're not gonna just find the joy in just existing. You know, because you've been doing this for so long. Everything takes time. And then I also realized too that, you know, of course, by drinking and smoking and doing whatever else, you are changing your pathways and things like that, right? You're training your body to react and be a certain way based on the substance. So now that that's gone, it took years and years for it to get this way. Now it's got to take years and years for it to get back that way. And I'm just like, well, dang it, how long do I do I have to wait? So I was thinking about the psilocybin, and as you're speaking, especially when you said neural pathways, I was like, you know, my thing went up like, wait, what is she talking about? Because this is the thing that I need. And I have to understand that everything takes time. And I also have to understand that everything is supposed to come when it's supposed to come, you know? And there's a reason why I feel like I'm suffering now. But if there's anything that I could do to kind of speed it up, or, you know, help me get to a point where, you know, how you were talking about like nature, how just the way you interact and appreciate and notice nature and just animals and things like that. Like, I want to get back to that point, you know?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I've always, you know, wanted to be outside, and like, I like doing things outside, doing things with my hand and staying busy. Like, I've never been a sports person. I've never been, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care about a lot of other things that people usually care about. And so, just being outside and being still has been very helpful. And I don't know if the deep medicine journey helped me further that along. But I will say that, first of all, when I went and, you know, she gave me the microdosing pills to come home with and stuff, like, I was still drinking every day, heavily, all the time. Like,
we didn't go there to learn how to be sober. You went there for other reasons. So
right. However, that was part of it, though. Like, I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to feel like, oh, I'm pissed off right now, let me go get a drink. Oh, I had a rough day, let me go get a drink. You know what I mean? And so that was one of the things that was kind of like in the back of my mind. But I realized, like, the more that I focused on the fact that I wanted to stop drinking, the more I drank. And so it was like counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? So I remember distinctly, she told me when I got the pills, she was like, okay, so you need to set up a schedule, whatever works for you. Like, usually in the morning is when you take the pills because they, you know, tend to work better. You have more clarity throughout the day. She's like, but make it a schedule that you can, you know, commit to, with a day break in between each pill that you take, at least. And so I was doing like every other day or every third day. and I was on some sort of a schedule. And I will say that at first, when I started, it kind of gave me that same, like, when you take that first drink, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of like have that letdown kind of thing. And it felt like that at first. And I was like, okay, this is going to be dangerous, you know? And I was like, all right, well, on the days that I, you know, take the pills, then I don't drink. And then it was like, at some points I was like, okay, but I feel like having a drink, so I'm going to have a drink, you know? And it came to the point where I was like, even though I'm doing the protocols that she asked for, I'm also trying to still like get to a place where I not only understand what I think I need, but to a place where I can now, you know, stop that behavior or whatever. And so for a while, I kind of did both. I mean, some days I would do the pills and I would drink. And then I realized, like, okay, well, this isn't helping, right? This isn't working out. And so then I stopped taking the pills for a while. Remember, I said I had that really bad, like, I don't even know, you know, happen, like, how did I get here type of thing. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is I came to a point where I started to honor how I actually felt. Like, okay, I feel like having a drink. Let me have a drink. Okay, I don't feel like having a drink. Okay, well then why are you going to open this, you know what I'm saying? And so it helped me to slow down and to really focus on what I actually really wanted in that moment. And then I started paying more attention to my emotions and, you know, why I was feeling the way that I was feeling. Like I will say, like I told you, I think, that it's been like a year last August since I had, you know, done the deep medicine journey and started the microdosing pills. And so, I've been sober for like probably 2 months now. But before that, it was really petering out. Like I wasn't drinking like I had been drinking before. And then I had gone for long periods of time without even wanting a drink. And then it was like, okay, I got into the situation where drinking is normally socially accepted. And so then I would have a drink and then I would feel like shit afterwards. Like one drink and I would be like, I don't even like the way this one drink feels. Like, why am I doing this to myself? And so now I'm just to the point where I don't crave it. It's not, I don't feel like before I would even have like subtle triggers. Like I would see the brand of beer that I drank and then I'd be like, ooh, I want some of that. I'm going to the store today. You know what I mean? That doesn't even affect me anymore. Like,
wow.
Yeah. So like you were saying, like get to the mundane, like every day to day, like the day to day and like feel okay. I think I'm at that place now that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. So when you say that you had that last drink and you didn't, you felt, you know, bad, like, why did I do that? Are you talking about like mentally, like you felt bad, or like physically, like you felt
physically?
Okay.
My body was like, I don't like this. I don't know why we're doing this.
Wow.
And yeah, so it wasn't even emotionally, like that's what I had been struggling with, was the emotional, like I hate myself for doing this. And then I got to a point where I understood why I was doing it. And then my body caught up with that and like took over and was like, you don't need this and you don't like this. And so I do definitely believe that microdosing helped facilitate that. Because I never did any programs ever. That was one of the things I was like, I am not an alcoholic. I will not do this program. I don't need those people. They probably don't even talk about the stuff I want to talk about, you know? And so I never did any of that.
Okay. Well, if you ever do go back to drinking for whatever reason, and you feel like it's a problem, the program that the VA offers, it was very helpful, and they go deep. I mean, they get into a lot of stuff that you don't even realize. And it's interesting because, you know, a lot of us that go into these programs or these meetings or whatever, you know, we all think we're better than the next person, or our issue isn't as bad, until you get in there and you start to realize, damn, we have the same pathology. We think the same. This is why we're all in the same boat and in the same class, looking at each other, learning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy, you know? So, but yeah, it's a good program. You know, at least it helped me thus far. So I'm eternally grateful. Just the things that have happened since I've stopped drinking and smoking weed. have been, because even when I first went in, I said, I'm going to do it because I know I'm heading down the wrong path, but I don't want to just be completely sober. I want to be one of those social, like if I go to an event, I can have a drink, or, you know, if I'm feeling or whatever. Listen, honey, the more I learn about myself, the more I know. No, because one is going to turn into 10, and then it's going to be you know, it starts back over again. So I'm at a point where it's like, okay, I have to accept the fact that I am an alcoholic, I'm an addict, but I have to figure out ways to just enjoy just existing, you know?
Yeah.